Grand day to you. I'm your host, Paul Lawrence Van, and I hope that you are doing great. Welcome to another episode of Wealth Academy Podcast. And our mantra is wealth is more than just money. So we want to share some things with you here today about the direction and the path that we happen to be going on. And because we have a lot of really amazing things that are taking place as it pertains to this podcast. Now, you know that I recently celebrated the 5th-year anniversary of Wealth Academy Podcast, and it started on August in 2020. And today, we're still standing with over 310 episodes of this amazing podcast. Now, I'm going to share with you what is going to be taking place. So thank you so much for being here today. And the number one thing that I want to say is that Wealth Academy podcast will continue into the future. And what I've done, I'm currently working with an amazing coach that is helping me to really amplify the voice of Wealth Academy podcast even more in the future. So I will be having a playlist that will be coming out based on the topics that will reinforce what we've done in the past, but more so what we're going to do in the future. And so I'm honored to have you all here. I really want you to lean into a lot of the checklists and the different episodes that I will be presenting in the near future. I will be bringing on guests as well, but a lot of the focus is going to be me delivering different topics surrounding Wealth Academy podcast. And the emphasis is on wealth is more than just money. In other words, we know that money is one thing, but we also know that having good health is wonderful. Having a good relationships are wonderful. Not so much dating relationship, but cordial friends, family, extended family, and people in the community. And so I want to lean into that a lot more. And then also finding some balance, because I know a lot of mid-career professionals are struggling balancing their personal life or home life with their business life or professional life. And so I'll also be talking quite a bit about that. You're going to see some wholesale changes come in terms of the platform itself and where I broadcast from now, and in efforts to make it better than it is. And this particular podcast that I lead is also going to be monetized. So you can expect to be seeing different things there as well. But let's talk about what's taking place today, just to give you an idea of some of the things I'll be talking about. And of course, we know that interest rate went down 0.5% last month, in the month of September. And likelihood it may go down even more. And this is going to impact the difference for people being able to purchase a house, for example, purchase a new vehicle, and then other things that they need in life. And we also want to look at and give consideration to the economy itself. We know that the job in the workforce, in the workplace, jobs are a little bit tougher to come by right now because there's quite a bit of uncertainty, especially when we look at the federal employees who have been furloughed. And now we know that when we have the fact that the government is closed, we have to make different adjustments in life. And it's just what we call a part of life, but we need to do something to strengthen that going into the fourth quarter of this year. And so it's very important because a lot of the topics I'll be talking about will be focusing directly on some of the items that I just briefly shared with you. And so you can definitely learn more. And I'll have you go out there to Apple Podcasts and look for Wealth Academy Podcast hosted by Paul Lawrence Van. That's me. And so I'll be sharing that with you. And then when we look at some other things that are coming down the pipe, I really look to find even more amazing guests. And I receive demands for people to get be a guest on my show all the time, but a lot of them I don't bring them on because I'm really focusing in on you, the subscribers, the viewers, the listeners, and helping you to make life better for you from this platform. And so it's very important. But what I will encourage you to do is to go to uh, Apple Podcasts, rate and review not only this episode, but some in the past. And as I mentioned, my very first three podcast episodes were put into place on the first day I launched this podcast. And so I had three episodes in there. Go back to the very first one and see how close I've been coming to living up to what I said I would be doing as a host, as a founder and host of Wealth Academy podcast. And so, just to give you a little bit more background about me, I, of course, served 22 years in the United States Air Force, and my specialty was finance. So, by the time I retired, I was a certified financial manager, and I've worked in the acquisition arena, helping lead and provide cost estimates for multi-billion-dollar acquisition programs for the U.S. Air Force, and then source selections where we would actually select a contractor to perform the work that we needed based on the contract that we had at the time. And then I've negotiated in embassies over the years, and also with foreign military sales, selling different training and equipment to other countries. And that evolved into me working in the Pentagon for 12 of the 22 years I served in the military. And then in the last couple of years, I spent time working in the legislative arena, and I used to be able to escort general officers to meet members of Congress on the House Armed Services Committee and the House Appropriations Committee. And I did that in both the House and Senate. And then I was selected, competitively selected, and was a Capitol Hill Fellow, where I worked for a member of Congress for a year, and he happened to be in the U.S. House of Representatives and worked for the House Armed Services Committee. So in many ways, I had a very, very dreamlike career working there at the Pentagon and then on Capitol Hill. And I took all of that experience and expertise and I added with the 2 years I had working as a professional member of a mobile oil company in Texas in the Houston and Beaumont area, and I aligned that as well. And so now today, I still provide expertise in the financial arena. I also in the leadership arena, because even though I was a financial specialty with financial management, budget estimate, and cost estimating, leadership was really what I did as a military officer. And so I share a lot about leadership, and I bring a lot of leadership experts onto the platform with me here as well. A lot of times I will live stream the episodes, and then other times I would record it like I did recently with a transformation expert. And so with all of this amount of experience and all the type of things I've done, whether it was training or education. And speaking of education, let me tell you about my education. When I went to attend college, graduate from high school, I was the first of 10 children. So I was a first generation high school graduate. Didn't have any money to attend college, and I attended Shaw University in North Carolina, and then I was cross enrolled at North Carolina State, while I attended the Air Force ROTC program. But I worked 4 years for United Parcel Service, UPS, to earn enough money in addition to some grants I received to complete my college degree. And then on the day I graduated, I was brought in and sworn into the United States Air Force, and I ended up serving 22 years in the Air Force, and it was quite an experience. And then last but not least, as I stated, on October the 16th of this month, I will have been retired for 23 years from the United States Air Force, over a year more than I actually served. So I'm really making some inroads here. But what you can expect and what you will receive is content rich information that will help you to make your life better. And again, I really want to focus in on those people who are in that mid-professional, mid-career, professional level, who are trying to balance not only their work life, but also their family life, and to show them ways in which they can become financially literate, how they can lean into self-leadership to become the best leader they can be, and then ultimately for them to live a legacy for their family. And I think that's very important. It's what is needed in the world more today than anything is having a strong family structure. Is very, very important. And as I stated on some clips that I did throughout the month of September, because that's my birth month, and thank you to all of you who celebrated my birthday with me in my birth month, to understand that you have more power than you will ever know. And that power I'm talking about is not physical power, but it's strengthening power from within you. It's your mind, your body, your spirit, and your soul. And how you apply it really matters. And that even though there will be external factors that will be making decisions that affect your life, it still doesn't have the type of power that you have within you. So I want to encourage you and exhort you to continue to move forward, going towards that dream that you have for your life. And whatever it happens to be, your goals and your dreams, but never allow anything to stop you, and never quit, especially never quit on yourself. So I'm making this a very short episode, but what I want you to understand is this: I'm here to serve you, and I'm here to help you to better understand the importance of being the best person that you can be, because you and I both know wealth is more than just money. It's not just all about the money, but it's also about your health and your well-being, the relationships you have in life, your spiritual composition, and who you are, and ensuring that you live not only on purpose, but also with passion. So I'm going to end this episode, which is episode 312. I can't even believe it. Go to Apple Podcasts, rate and review this episode along with others, and provide a 5-star rating. I really would appreciate if you would do that. And you can expect in the next week, starting next week, I'll start my campaign where I have a playlist of episodes and that I'm going to be sharing with you. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next episode of Wealth Academy Podcast. Have a great day, everyone. See you soon.